My name is Dr. Laura Anderson, and I'm a licensed child and family psychologist. And I've been working with kids and families, actually, luckily, all around the world in the last 20 years. And I love what I do. And I have a business called Common Cord Psychology Services that the name came about because it means the intersection of two circles. And that's how I think about a lot of what I do, is finding people's strengths and helping them thrive with intersecting identities or overcoming differences, or people who need to increase understanding across barriers, bridges, just even within families. And I've decided to do this series of just kind of consultation chats to give people a sense of what I bring to my work at Common Cord. And as a seasoned psychologist now who spent lots of time with kids and families. And one of my areas of specialized interest, something that I'm super passionate about, is supporting families who are raising kids that are gender expansive. And by that I mean kids who don't fall into the classically boy's boy or girly girl subsets. And I use those as descriptors, even though, again, I cringe a little bit. Too long, we've thought of gender as a binary with boys, all boy over here, and girls over here. And that just doesn't cut it these days anymore. We know now that it's a spectrum, and that our concepts of gender are shifting. And culturally, we're making more room for the fact that not all kids fall easily in those two boxes, and many don't. And that when you are a kid who falls out of the typical gender norms for any reason, life can be tough and lonely and confusing. And parenting a child who is being identified as different, who may have some questions about their own gender identity, in addition to feeling questioned by others about their gender identity, can also be a really scary, lonely place to be. It's still true, as many changes as we've made in the culture, as many ways as we've shifted our thinking about gender and sexual orientation, for example, we've broadened our way of thinking about it in wonderful, marvelous, necessary ways. And the truth is, if you are a person who is not heterosexual, typically gender conforming, then school can be hard, and relationships can be hard, and adult life can be hard. And it's a real area of specialization to be able to figure out how to support parents in seeing who their child really is and helping make sense of what their behaviors are communicating about gender, what they're saying about gender. We know lots of kids try on different styles of play and dress and clothing. And by try on, I don't mean it's a phase. For some kids, it is that they're comfortable, they check it out, and they find their way to a place that's more aligned with the sex they were assigned at birth. But for a whole other subset of kids, it's not trying anything on. It's moving toward what was always meant to be. And parenting in this space of in between, or unsurety, or ambiguity, or what does this mean, or where are we headed, or is he always going to feel different? Is she always going to seem different? How do I support her? Can be a really unsettling place to be. And it's a place that smart, specialized, thoughtful, caring, sensitive help is especially important. There's a lot of harm done in the name of helping gender expansive kids adjust or cope. Too many times people try to figure out how to shape away behaviors that help them stand out. When we know that if children are in supportive families, and if children are in schools that are affirming of whoever they are, however they're doing what they do now, then they'll all be much happier and healthier, no matter which of the gender journeys they're on, no matter which of the sexual orientation journeys they're on. That parent support is pivotal. And for parents to be able to support their kids, parents need support to understand what we know about gender and how it develops, and how our sense of our internal felt sense of gender develops, and what our kids need as they're figuring that out, and how to best support them at home and in their school environments. So if you're curious about that for your child, reach out to me, and I'd be happy to chat with you a little bit about what I've learned and what types of support are most helpful for parents. If you're thinking about it for yourself and you're wondering what how your felt sense of your gender and your experience is impacting you and what you can do to move in a direction that feels in line with your true gender identity. I can be reached at drlsanderson@gmail.com or www.drlsanderson.com. I'm happy to help parents and young adults and teens think through all of the implications for all of this, because we do know there are things that are not helpful for people in this community, and there are other things that we know are helpful. So if you're a parent of a younger child all the way up through young adult, I'm happy to help figure it out with you. And if you're a teenager to young adult, then we can reach out too and try to help connect you with ways and things that can be helpful on your journeys. That's drlsanderson@gmail.com or www.drlsanderson.com.